IET Initial Entry Training Soldier's Handbook, Chapter 4, Basic Soldier Skills. 4.1. The buddy system. The Army buddy system provides every soldier as an assigned buddy. Requires to be a buddy. And in initial entry training, the norm is the only same gender soldiers will be buddies. If the non-English speaking soldier is in a platoon, they will be paired with English-speaking buddies who can assist interpreting instructions. You will be paired based on strengths that can complement another's weakness. Responsibility of the buddy. Never go anywhere without a buddy. Inform your buddy that you will be at all times. Pass on the information that might affect your buddy. Discuss each day's training and the next day's activities. Learn on each of the other's problem solving. Help each other. Encourage your body to successfully complete all training requirements. Be sure the body adheres to appearance and conduct standards, and inform the drill sergeant of any problems or status changes in your buddy. Assist your buddy in living in the Army core values. The soldier responsibility of the unit commit to the squad, platoon, and company in the unit above himself. Cooperate the peers to accomplish goals. Adopt standards and values of the unit. 4.2. Drilling ceremonies. Many drilling ceremonies were produced by the U.S. Army today, developed in the Revolutionary War. The purpose of the drill is to instill discipline in the American soldiers. As the soldiers mastered the art of the drill, they began to work as a team, develop a sense of pride in themselves and in their unit. Today's Army, the same objective team of work, confidence, pride, alertness, attention to the detail, the spirit of the corps, and discipline are accomplished by a drill. A drill consists of a series of movements by which a unit or individuals are moved orderly, uniform manner from one formation or place to another. Unit vary in size of the basic combat training. You will ordinarily be part of squad, platoon, or company, or battalion, or brigade. Figures of 4.1 illustrates the drills for information without weapons. You have your close interval without weapons. Squad line. You have your squad column file and the base head and the cover and the flank. And a step, distance guide post, columns of 2, drill drill formations without weapons. You will need to know the following drill terms: element, the individual, squad, section, platoon, company, larger unit as part of the next higher unit. The formation, the arrangement of the unit elements in a prescribed manner, in a line formation in which the elements are side by side, column formations in which the elements are one behind the other, a platoon column which the members of each squad are in one behind the other of the squad's abreast. Front, the space of from one side to the other side of a formation includes the right and left elements. Depth, the space from front to the rear formation, including the front and rear elements. Distance, the space between the elements at one and behind the other. The distance, individual arms lengths, 6 inches, approximately 36 inches measured to the chest of one soldier to the back of the soldier immediately into his front. Interval, space between side-by-side elements. Rank, the line of which the only element is depth. File, the column of which the front of that one element is front of one element. The guide, the person responsible for maintaining the prescribed direction of the rate of march. Post, the correct place for an officer or the non-commissioned officer to stand in the prescribed formation. Head, the column leads a unit element. The base, the element around the movement is planned for or regulated. The cadence, a uniform rhythm. The number of steps counts per minute. Quick time is a cadence of 120 counts per steps per minute. Double time is a cadence of 180 steps per minute. Drill commanders and oral orders given by the commander leader, usually in 2 parts. Preparatory command states that the movement carried and gets you ready to execute the order. The commanding execution tells you the movement to be carried out in the command forward march. Preparatory command is forward. The command of execution is march. In some commands, the preparatory command is the command of the execution command. For example, fall in, at ease, and rest. The command are given without inflection or uniform high-pitched loudness comparable to the normal command of the execution. 4.3. There are 4 inspections with the 9 weeks of training. The first inspection of the working inspection covers an inspection of bunks, wall lockers, individual clothing, and equipment. It will take place at the beginning cycle, introducing the soldier to the Army inspection procedures. The second inspection is a standby inspection. Items to be inspected include the bunks, wall lockers, individual clothing, and equipment. Third inspection, a period and ranks and in ranks inspection covers the open and closed ranks inspection of arms, port and order of arms, proper courtesy in any rank inspection. The fourth inspection period of basic training, standby inspection items must be inspected, include the Class A uniform, weapons, protective masks, bunks, wall lockers, and common areas. 4.4. The personal appearance in uniform. A personal appearance is important to demonstrate the pride, self-discipline as you feel the soldier in the U.S. Army. Being neat and well-groomed contributes to the spirit within your unit. The uniform should fit and be clean, serviceable, and pressed as necessary. Your uniform is only a part of your appearance. To look at the soldier, you need to physically fit and meet acceptable weight standards and have neat hairstyle in accordance with Army regulation hairstyle. Many hairstyles are acceptable in the Army soldier for completed basic combat training. Male personnel, the hair must not fall but over the ears, eyebrows, touch the collar except for the close cut area at the back of the neck. Hair should be tapered except for the block-off cutness. Fullness of the back is permitted in moderate degree. Neither the bulk nor length hair may interfere with the wearing of military headgear. Sideburns must be trimmed, not flared, and must not extend downward beyond the lowest part of the exterior or ear opening. The face between the clean shaven and except for the mustaches are permitted. If a mustache is worn, it must be neatly trimmed. No part of the mustache will cover the upper lip line and extend horizontally beyond or below the quiver points of the mouth where the upper and lower lip joints join. The female personnel, the hair must not fall over the eyebrows, must not extend below the bottom edge of the collar. Neither the bulk length or the hair may interfere with the wearing of military headgear. Any hair holding ornaments such as barrettes, hairpins, must be of natural color or transparent. Nail polish should be conservative and complete uniform unless directed by the wearer in any footwear. Female personnel may wear pumps and with all uniforms except for field uniforms. Jewelry, a wristwatch, identification bracelet up to 2 rings. A wedding set is considered to be 1 ring may be worn to the uniform as long as the conservative tasteful. You may wear a religious medal or chain around your neck, provided that neither medal nor chain can be seen. The body piercings, except earrings worn by female soldiers, no display of objects, articles, jewelry, ornament attached, affixed, or through the skin may be worn while in uniform. Neither can such adornments be worn by civilian clothes on or off duty. When the military installation, other places under the military control, females may wear any type of earrings off duty, on duty, or military installation. Tattoos, any tattoo branded anywhere on the head, face are prohibited except for permanent makeup. Tattoos that are not extremist, incident, sexist, or racist are allowed on the hands and neck. Initially, entry determinations will be made according to the current guidance. Any type of tattoo brand that visible while wearing Class A uniform detracts the soldier appearance is prohibited. 4.5. Uniform wear and maintenance. You are responsible for keeping the clothing in good serviceable condition, cleaning your clothing regularly, keeping it in good repair, and storing properly, carrying large and heavy objects in the pockets likely to change the shape of your tailored clothing. Follow the cleaning and care instructions attached to most clothing. Cleaning clothing as soon as possible as it becomes solid. Dirty clothing wear must quickly then be clothing may cause dirt, cuts, fibers, holding moisture, perspiration. Coated clothing such as ponchos, raincoats should be wiped clean, washed by hand with a soft brush and warm soapy water. These items should be thoroughly rinsed and hung up and dried. If you need pressed clothing, be sure to clean it then that the iron is not too hot to press the clothing, dampen the surface of the cloth, then apply it to the iron directly. Before storing cloth, be sure it is clean and dry. Display the proper wearing of the uniform and the beret. The beret shown in beret shown in figure 4.5.9 is worn by the headband, edge binding and straight across forehead, 1 inch above the eyebrows. The flash position over the left eye. The excess material is draped over to the right ear, extending at least to the top of the ear and no lower than the middle of the ear. Personnel will cut off the end of the adjusting ribbon, secure and the ribbon knot inside the edge of the binding of the back of the beret. Beret. When formed properly, the beret is formed by the shape of the head. Therefore, the soldier may not wear hairstyles that distortion of the beret. beret. Sorry, initial entry soldiers will not wear an insignia of the beret the beret until they arrive at their new unit in assignment. New boots should be fit properly when you receive them. They should have the chance to air between use and shoulders, and so you should wear one pair one day and another pair the next. The scrape dirt, mud in the boots, wash in just a little water or soap, wipe inside the dry cleaning cloth, remove all soap suds from the outside. Stuff papers on the toe and into the toes, let dry in the warm, dry places. Do not put boots in the hot sun next to the strong heat of source. Let boots dry. Heels of boots should be replaced after the wear of 17/16 of an inch or more insignia. Insignia placement. Each soldier responsible for having correct insignia properly placed on the uniform as follows: shoulder insignia in soldiers in basic combat training and advanced initial entry training. Advanced initial training who have one of the following categories: organizational soldier sleeve insignia, figure 4-3. The insignia centered on the left of the sleeve, 1/2 inch below the top of the shoulder seam on the army green uniform coat. Subdued shoulder sleeve will be worn with all field work and work uniforms. The Army National Guard, the U.S. Army Reserve trainees are authorized to wear the insignia on their parent Army National Guard, U.S. Army Reserve organization from the starting of the training. Unit of the choice is authorized to wear from the start of the training insignia the specific unit for which they enlisted. The organizational insignia with a halfway shoulder sleeve current unit. The U.S. Army insignia. The worn immediately parallel to the top edge of the left breast pocket. The insignia consists of black 3/4 of an inch high block letters on 1 inch wide by 4.5 inch high long or edges of the pocket flap strip of olive green cloth. Name type. Or A, worn immediately above parallel to the top of the edge of the right breast pocket of the field and work uniform with coats and shirts. And consists of black letters of 1 inch wide by 4.5 inch long for outer edges of the back pocket strip of cloth. Names 10 letters or less will be printed in 3/4 of an inch high Franklin Goth condensed. Names of 11 letters or more may be printed in a 1/2 inch high or Franklin Goth extra condensed. The name of the U.S. Army tapes will be same length. Distinguishing insignia, grade insignia, subdued and last name. The U.S. Army identification insignia is attached with the Velcro areas. The shown grace insignia attached to the Velcro are provided in the center of the jacket flap. The rank in insignia and the grade in the insignia. The Army green shirt may be worn with or without an Army green coat. The E4 specialist below must always wear the grade insignia and the collars of the green shirt. See figure 4-6. The corporals above must wear shoulders bordered grades insignia on the green shirt with the specialist 4 below and the corporal's shoulder rank board insignia. The grade insignia is enlisted. Staff Sergeant, Corporal, U.S. branch insignia, male. During initial entry, males will wear the U.S. insignia disc on both collars. The both insignia disc will be 1 inch above the notch of the collar, meets lapel, centered between the seams, outer edge of the collar. The U.S. branch insignia will be canted with parallel to the inside edge of the lapel of the Army green and Army white and Army blue uniform coats. After completing advanced initial training, the OSUs, the male soldiers will wear a military operational specialist branch insignia on the left collar. On the Army green Class A jacket, the name tag will be worn on the right side or the right pocket. Will be run on the right pocket, centered between the top of the pocket and the top of the bottom, centered on the flap and the parallel to the ground. The regimented crest will be worn 1/8 above the top of the right pocket and centered. The ribbons will be worn 1/8 of an inch above the top of the left of the pocket, centered on the pocket, parallel to the floor. The qualification badges will be worn 1/8 of an inch down on the top of the bracket, centered to the flap, 1 inch between the badges, if to be worn, even especially if 3 are worn. You're worn during the initial entry training. The U.S. entry insignia with a branch insignia worn on Army green, Army white, and Army blue uniforms. The U.S. branch enlisted male, U.S. branch insignia female. During the initial entry training, females will wear U.S. insignia on both collars. Bottom of the insignia will be worn 5/8 of an inch above the notch of the collar, meets the lapel, centered by the seam outside of the edge of the collar. The U.S. branch insignia will be positioned parallel inside the edge of the lapel of the Army green and suit jacket, Army green and Army white and Army blue uniform. coats. After completing an advanced initial training in the OSUT, the female soldier, the military operational specialist branch insignia on their left collar. On the female Army Green Class A jacket, the bottom edge of the nameplate will be 1 to 2 inches above the top of the bottom, centered to the right side of the uniform, parallel to the ground. Regimented crest will be worn 1 inch above the center of the nameplate. The bottom edge of the ribbons will be parallel to the bottom of the name of the plate, centered on the jacket. The qualification badges will 1 inch below the center of the ribbons, 1 inch below the badges. Belt buckles, the belts issued by the soldier base, webbed the nickel underplated males, black cotton web form females. Desert riggers will be worn Army combat uniform, the ACU. Worn during initial entry training, U.S. insignia, classic green uniform, Army blue uniform, branch insignia and uniform coat. 4.6 Personal hygiene.